network for small businesses with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires eco-bill and auto pay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Do you or a loved one experience pain, burning, numbness, or tingling in your hands, legs, or feet? Danville Neuropathy Center is one of the only clinics that offers a proven and exciting new treatment for chronic pain and neuropathy. Unlike other clinics, our technology is FDA cleared, is proven to repair and regrow damaged nerves, and because it's so successful, most insurances, including Medicare, cover the treatment. If you're worried about your balance and the side effects of neuropathy treating drugs, call 925-270-1460 to schedule an appointment, or go to DanvilleNeuropathyCenter.com for more information.
KCBS News Time 7:40. This portion of our News Watch is sponsored by Abundant Life Health and Wellness. Well, the Navy has its Blues Angels who soar in the sky, and KCBS's Margie Schaefer reports from Oakland a different Blue Angels group patrols the city's Chinatown. The Oakland Chinatown Blue Angel Patrol Team members wear cobalt blue vests and matching cobalt blue N95 masks, along with black baseball hats with the word security on them. Jackie Kwong, a son of business owners, is just 14 years old and is among the volunteers who walk the streets in the name of safety, carrying radios and wearing cameras.
This team was formed back in February in 2021 when, there was like a huge spike in the AAPI. So our community was fed up about it, so we decided to form this patrol team.
The team patrols 3 times a week for shifts on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Because, this is our home. A lot of us live here or own the business here. We make a living in this community, so this is our place.
Last month, the Blue Angels patrol team stood behind community members and police in protest of gun violence in the community and the shooting of Uber driver. 2 arrests have now been made in connection with that deadly shooting. In Oakland, Margie Schaefer, KCBS. KCBS News Time 7:43. The 49ers are evaluating their quarterbacks beyond Lance. We'll get an update on that in sports coming up in 90 seconds.
If you owe back taxes to the IRS, have unfiled returns, or are worried about an audit, the IRS is hiring 87,000 new agents to address these very issues. That means if you need to get your tax problems resolved, now is the time to get started. I'm tax attorney Robert Goldstein, and my firm specializes in individuals and small businesses resolve their tax problems. We work to stop IRS and state seizures. We may be able to settle your tax debt pennies on the dollar with an offer in compromise. We prepare your past due returns, even if you have no records, and represent you before the IRS and state in an audit. At the law offices of Robert Goldstein, the consultation is always free, and we have offices located throughout the Bay Area. To schedule your free consultation, call 1-888-TAX-EXIT. That's 888-TAXEXIT. 888-TAX-EXIT, and make us your stop.
San Francisco Opera is celebrating 100 years of artistry and innovation experiences starting September 9th. Come and celebrate. Visit sfopera.com for tickets.
Dell Technologies provides growing businesses with the tools to do incredible things. For advice on smart PCs powered by call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-DELL.
Coming up on KCBS, how San Francisco city officials plan to deal with the mayhem around the 24th Street BART station caused by the resale of stolen goods, now that a fence around the plaza has been torn down for a second time. KCBS News Time 7:45. We'll head over to the Bay Area Chevy dealer sports desk, check in with Ed Ramey. Listen to me. He's talking football.
Indeed I am. The 49ers had news on the injury front last week when we saw cornerback Emmanuel Mosley return to the practice field from a hamstring injury. He was doing individual drills. Same situation for defensive lineman Eric Armstead, who had been dealing with a knee injury since July 27th. He was back doing individual drills. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan said yesterday they were expected to return this week. Now on Saturday night, we did get a good look at the 49ers back offered his thoughts on Suddy yesterday during a conference call with the media.
I think Nate's done a good job. I don't think that's been the case at all. I think Nate's done a good job. And same as all other plays, you want them to make the right play that you called, and then on the coverage that they see, and based off of how the pass rush is, based off of people beating man coverage, and based about getting the ball to the right spot at the time of the play. So, no one's perfect. Trying to do it on every play.
Sudfeld was 13 of 17 for 100. Down in the 49ers win over the Vikings. We also got to look at Brock Purdy, the rookie out of Iowa. 7th round with the final pick of the NFL draft, earning him the Mr. Irrelevant title, which, by the way, imagine telling someone because they were drafted arbitrarily last, that makes them lesser. Anyway, Shanahan offered his thoughts on Purdy, who was a 4-year starter in Big Ten in college.
Brock has played a lot of quarterbacks. He's come here and hasn't let the big lights or being around NFL players change that. He's been that's allowed him to have a chance to get better.
Purdy was 14 of 23 for 128 yards. Also rushed 4 times and picked up about 8 yards on the ground as well. 49ers preparing for the Texans Thursday night at 5:15 at the Sports Desk. Ted Ramey, KCBS.
Thank you, Ted. The KCBS Sports Desk is sponsored by the Bay Area Chevy dealers. Visit Bay Area Chevrolet dealers.
Next up, a performance for the CPAP Struggle Orchestra. And now, bedtime. If sleep apnea and CPAP Inspire may work for you. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body at the click of a remote. Button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping, well, like a baby. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at Inspire.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of the John Deere 1025R compact tractor.
Straw stands, the skilled hands that work.
And he lives up to the name as he uses his versatile tractor to make
The earth takes the shape that I want it to take.
and the Allen fire up John Deere 3032E compact tractor
To grow about 9 acres of
because the beauty of having land is deciding how to make it yours. There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Now, local businesses can get closer to every customer in their city with fast, affordable shipping. Introducing USPS Connect Local. You want speed? We deliver same or next day. You want savings? We give you supply. Free pickup. Move your local business forward with the United States Postal Service. Let's connect. USPSConnect.com/local. Specific markets. Restrictions apply. Same day or next day delivery expected, but not destination.
Oakland A's single game tickets are on sale now. Go to athletics.com.
KCBS traffic and weather with the 6-day forecast coming up, but let's check those roads first with Kim Wonderly. Well, we still have that stall. It's heading into Cotati. This big rig broke down on northbound 101 before rail been taking up the right lane, so traffic is slow here for a spell. On the southbound side, we're seeing a bit of slow traffic too as you make your way toward the Penn Grove side. There's some road work out here coming down the old Redwood Highway southbound on 101. After that, you look okay until you get to the approach to San Antonio, the northern part of Novato. That develop every day, and it looks like the Marin County traditional commute is back. Southbound 101, its brake lights now toward the Marinwood turnoff right at Miller Creek. Things start to loosen up a bit. Fine the rest of the way to the Golden Gate Bridge. That fog is still setting on the Waldo grade, by the way. We're looking at westbound 580 right at Grant Line. As you start to ascend the Altamont Pass, there is a crash here with a big off to the right shoulder. We still have a very heavy traffic out of Tracy from 11th Street. Here next, 8 on the traffic leader, KCBS. And MTV Sleep World 6-day forecast now. Expect sunny skies, breezy conditions after the overcast dissipates this morning. Highs getting into the 60s and 70s near the coast today. 70s and mid-80s by the bay. sunny skies. We will cool down a little bit with highs getting into the 60s and 70s near the beaches, into the low 90s inland. Then Wednesday, and mild, highs in the upper 60s and 70s at the beaches with morning and evening fog. 70s to low 80s by the bay, and the upper 80s into the low 90s inland. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 7:51. Fernie Beyer and Vivian Bosu-Skinner are at the KCBS editor's desk. Protesters 4th and Mission Street BART station this weekend brought down a fence around the station's plaza. Now BART says it's looking for other options to curb illegal vending in the area, and the city's new permit system for vendors might be a key part of that plan. For more on this, we're joined on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by our insider, Phil Matier. Phil, thanks as always for taking the time to talk to us. One of the things that strikes me about is that BART director Bevan Dufty, who has announced that they're not going to put the fence up again, isn't calling this vandalism, saying he says the fence was taken down very respectfully.
Yeah, it was. They were taken down by a group called the Mission Defense Coalition. It's a group of activists, and they went out, this is the second time, and they dismantled the fence that surrounded the plaza at the 24th Street BART station, and they stacked it very neatly. And BART's not looking to antagonize the situation by, having it go the fence go back up and then have to take it down again, and then they put it back up, and then the people take it down. Or what they're also worried about is that things could get nasty and it could. We have at Berkeley's People Park, where things are confrontational between police and trying to keep the fence up. But what we have here, Melissa, is one of those, typical San Francisco stories that say a lot about the city and about the problems it's facing. And in a nutshell, what we have here, the problem at 24th Street Mission, BART station, is that you have vendors out there on the plaza selling, and they're selling everything from clothing. Some are selling food, some are selling homemade goods, various things, but a good number of them are selling everything from deodorant to detergents to healthcare products, shoplifted out of local pharmacies and stores and then sold on the market there. And that's got merchants upset, and that's got BART upset, that's got a lot of people upset, including the super there, because it's led to sort of a chaotic thieves market around the station, and they don't know how to handle that.
Well, part of the solution potentially could be the city's new permit, but there's pushback even against that because some of the vendors are low income and may not be able to afford the fees.
Yeah, and if they can go through the bureaucratic hoops, they can get saying that they don't make enough money to pay the $400+ for a permit. So I think that'll get worked around. I think the problem here is, Melissa, and we see it at UN Plaza and elsewhere in San Francisco, and it kind of sums up the whole problem with what they call street behavior, whether it's selling goods or open use of drugs or whatever. How do you stop illegal? They don't want people selling stolen goods there. They criminalize the people who are doing the selling. They don't want to arrest the people that are doing the selling, but they don't want them to be selling stolen goods. So they said, well, we'll have this permit process, and then you can, and if you're found to be selling stolen goods, you'll get a ticket and a fine. Well, that works, but I got to tell you that the Department of Public Works isn't really looking forward to this because it could get downright hairy, and they're going to need cops for backup if they start going in there and grabbing people's goods.
All right. Well, we thank you as always. That's KCBS insider Phil Matier, who will be back this afternoon with Brett and Patty at 5:50. It's Money Watch time on KCBS. Lisa Mateo joins us from the Bloomberg Newsroom.
Hey there, Melissa. Well, stocks are taking a beating right now. The Nasdaq down more than 2%, S&P down more than 1.5%. Same for the Dow right now. Well, some Apple workers, they are fighting back against the company's return to office request. The Financial Times reports that Apple Together, it's a group of workers that formed in 2021, well, they're circulating a petition internally asking for, quote, location flexible work. No comment yet from Apple. So how old is your smartphone? Well, industry executives say inflation has many phone owners sticking with their current models longer. The Wall Street Journal reports companies are making fewer phones and are planning for tough times ahead. International Data Corp says worldwide smartphone shipments, well, they fell nearly 9% compared with a year earlier in the April to June quarter. And if you have a gift card just sitting in your wallet, you're not alone. A new report says Americans are holding on to $21 billion in unused gift cards. Data from creditcards.com, it shows that 47% of adults have at least one unused gift card value. I'm Lisa Mateo, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.